people assume that it is this easy time and that you just get to hang out with your baby. Guys, there is a severe amount of healing mentally, physically. It is exhausting.
Yep.
There's a reason that you have maternity leave. Is because you could never do that and function as a regular human at the same time.
I was in so much pain for weeks.
And not even that, but like your sleeping is completely different. Your home is completely different. Like everything is going to shift. And you still don't feel like yourself. And there's so much more to it. So for those of you who think it is just like smiles and pictures and baby time, and it is not smells. All of that.
No, it is not.
Emotions are high. You're sad and you don't even know why you're sad. You're like, I should be happy. I have this baby and, I just did all this, and you're looking at the baby, but then you're still sad. Like those things are normal.
Yeah.
So for those of you that go through that stuff, that's normal.
Absolutely.
It's not all like sunshine, rainbows, and having a chill day and hanging out at home. That's not what it's like.
And shout out to the moms who do it alone and don't have support.
Exactly.
Because if I didn't, I would die. I would seriously just be like, I can't do this. And I would I don't know what I would do without my family. But I remember being on the couch a lot because I was breastfeeding and just up all the time and breastfeeding and watching Bring It On, the movie. Mm-hmm. And I used to be a cheerleader. Julie used to be a cheerleader. And it's a movie about cheerleading and just the drama of high school and college and just being brought back to those days. And I started to cry because, in a way, I had to mourn my freedom.
Yes.
I was like, I don't have that freedom anymore. And you get used to it. You do.
Right.
Like you eventually get out of that and you can start having your own time like we are now with the podcast. My husband can watch Tristan, but during those first few months, it's like I am not my own person anymore.
Right.
I am responsible for another life. And hopefully I won't go through that again through this pregnancy. I think it'll be a little bit better. I
was listening to a podcast yesterday, the Papaya podcast. And
shout out to the Papaya podcast.
Seriously,
cool name.
though, it's such a cool name. It's not a Christian-based podcast or anything like that, so don't be surprised. But she was just the reason I listened to it is because it was one about an eating disorder, and I just was listening to this woman's story. But she was talking about postpartum with her second child and how she felt that. Or one of them, I can't remember which one because there are two women on it, was talking about how they actually felt like their body no longer had a purpose. Like they were so happy when they were pregnant. I can't remember which one. She was talking about how she was so happy when she was pregnant and she felt like her body had a purpose and meaning, and that it gained weight because it needed to, and it was beautiful, and her body actually looked the way it was supposed to look. And then when she had the baby, not that she wasn't thankful for the baby, but she felt like her body had no longer had a purpose.
Wow.
And I think that is also part of what we go through. We're like, I have been doing this for 9 months, and now in a half a day, it's no longer
gone.
There. It's just like a weird mental time. Like it really affects everything. So I mean, I give that podcast a double thumbs up. I thought it was really, really powerful, and it touched home to me on a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. But we needed to talk about that stuff more.
Yeah, we definitely
need to really speak to those women because we're all going through stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not easy being a woman.
It's not.
It's definitely a man's world in a lot of ways, and I think in some ways men have it easier. Sometimes they have it harder, because they do carry the burden of leading a family and providing for a family. Sometimes it's the woman who's doing that, though. But I think there's just a lot that women go through that men could never understand.
I agree.
I
think as we go
whole
forward,
body image during pregnancy. And
I think that going forward, we should definitely think about like doing maybe a body image one, maybe.
That would be great.
And just speaking into the new moms or, pregnant moms.
Yes.
And speaking to those things. So I think that those are some good topics that we can go over the next, couple of weeks or months as we go along. But
new moms, we're here for you.
That's why we have the Gals podcast. So we can speak into women and speak God's goodness into their lives. So we hope that we're doing that for you today. We know it was kind of all over the place and a catch up.
It's okay.
But we hope that you enjoyed today's podcast.
Yes, be blessed. And just get in your Bible, read, pray, and listen to the Gals podcast.
Yes.
That should be our new slogan.
That should be the new slogan. Get t-shirts made. Do it.
Hashtag thanks for the chat. Hey, this is Des from the Gals Podcast, and the Gals Podcast is a listener-supported program brought to you by the I Am Media Group. Your support can make a difference in the lives of those who hear our podcast all over the world. Visit iammediagroup.org/donate to give your safe and secure tax-deductible donation. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, and we hope you can join us for our next chat.